Hi, I'm Linda Deir, and the guides and I are going to have a conversation with you about the times that we're living in right now and how to best navigate that. And here they go. Develop a calm way to do your best work so far. You will be free to talk and find your way, better ways than before, because you will be done with the old ways. You are wondering how this will play out. Yes, be ready to come together with us to turn your work and life around. Yes, you have been on a dead end for decades. Yes, this was worn out years ago, and now you are being forced to develop a new way to cut through vibrations of fear and doubt that you have been unhappy with. Yes, talking to us will be for the best outcomes. We are always with you. Your road to a better life has already begun. Yes, this will be coming along steadily until you vibrate with us at a vibration of healing your past while being free of it. That will be a steady process that all will develop, whether they are fully aware of it or not, as a soul group of strangers that come together to develop this way of giving and taking. Before you know it, you will be doing right things and vibrating to a common good that will continue to work through the stale ways you used to work, and live. Strong beginning to start now. We've all wondered when it's going to start, when this is going to stop, what's going to happen next, what's our part in it, what's going to happen to me, all these uncertainties. This is what they're talking about. We're already in it. All right. To the degree that you don't resist it, is how far in it that you are. Okay. I recommend that every day you write in your journal. In fact, I wrote a journal. I'm going to bring it out. This is the journal that it's the companion journal to my book, Guided, my flagship book, Guided. And after I was done writing Guided, the people who read Guided wanted to learn what Guided teaches. And that's how this journal came about. This journal is based on my journaling work that I did with my guides starting at 7 years old to survive the childhood that I grew up in. Literally, how I survived it and how I learned how the guides taught me and what I learned from them and how what the sequence was. This is a formula that works. It's simple, it's right to the point. And in part 3, you want to go to part 3 and start journaling about what you're realizing each day. This is going to put you more in tune with not going back into that circle of, am I doing it? Am I getting it? Am I listening to them? Am I hearing them? Was that intuition? Was that true? Was that not true? It keeps you from going into fear and doubting yourself, like they said. You've got to document it. Then when the guidance comes through, if you don't write it down, it'll be just like one of those dreams you had that you had a dream, but you forgot what it is. And maybe 10 years from now, you'll have a moment of deja vu and say, oh, yeah, I remember something like that. It was something like that. That is not consciousness. That's just hit and miss. That's not going to help you. You've got to start taking your life seriously and start documenting things. And then after you do this and you date them and keep them in chronological order, and then you review what you wrote a week later, a month later, in order of when it happened. And you start to look through it, then you're going to know. You're going to say, oh my God, I have it or I'm missing it. I see how I'm distracted all the time. You're going to see your flaws. You're going to see where you're advancing, where you're getting it, how well your intuition's coming along, the connection to your guidance, how you get answers when you ask your guides for help. And when you get the answer, write it down and date it. All right. Develop this way of future soul connection with us to be fully informed about where you are headed, where you are now, what to do, and when. Yes, this vibration of conscious awareness will be your fast track to starting over with freedom that you took for granted, which is how you lost it. Okay, so you took the liberty of assuming you were free and you acted on that. That's how you ran your life until it didn't work. All right. And then you wondered, what happened? Where did my freedom go? What happened here? If you had been documenting just 5 minutes a day at night before you go to bed, what was unusual and out of the ordinary that day, or whatever it happened to be, a conversation that popped up, an intuitive message that you received when you were driving somewhere, that type of thing. And you start to put it together, and it's like a puzzle. You put it together and you review what you wrote and what you realized, what you understood. It just brings it all together. It fast tracks your life. It connects you to your guides in a way you've never been connected before. And you probably will start remembering your dreams. There's a lot of great information in your dreams because your guides come through your dreams easily because you are out of the way. You you don't stay in your body when you sleep. You leave. You go out into the universe, okay? And you're easier to communicate with. All right? Can you imagine feeling this way all the time? Can you? Can you imagine feeling inspired, free, happy, aware, in the moment? No matter what happens, no matter how much the outer world tries to crash that party that you're having, that track you're on, it's really not that often. And you can deal with it. Move on from that and open back up again to the bigger picture, to the reason that you're here. All right. So let's let the guides close this, and here they go. Endings are good. You will be having lots of them. Yes. And before you know it, you will vibrate to a new energy that opens doors you wanted, but you could not do on your own. Yeah, and I want to say another thing about the journal. What I do is at night before I go to bed, I sit with the guides and close out my day and have that conversation with them. It's always great. And then I make my notes. I make my notes in my journal, what happened that day or what I need help with. Before even getting into session with them, I make notes about what's bugging me, what I need to understand better, what I could have done better, or if I'm doing enough, everything that we all think about, right? And throughout the night, I have dreams, I write them down, and I keep that going throughout the day, make little notes. I have them all over the place. I have them all over the place, little notes, and then I write them in here where they're consolidated. Okay, but here's a bunch of them that I did. Here's another one and another one. And what the most important thing on all these notes are the dates. There, that has a date. That has a date. They're all dated. You have to date everything that you do. It's so important because you bring it together like a daisy chain, and they all relate to each other in chronological order. It's like a book. If you wrote a book and there were 20 chapters in the book and you read the 19th chapter, then the second chapter, then the fifth chapter, it wouldn't make any sense. It would frustrate you. You've got to have it in order where once you review it, it's in the review that you start to see what you need to see. You get clarity, okay, about your life, about yourself, about your direction going forward, and your connection to your guides. Okay, so I'll see you next week.